going on, everybody? This is Brant with CPC Bodybuilding, the home of men's classic physique. Got a preview of the Vancouver Pro with IFBB Classic Physique Pro from Canada, Tony Koch. Tony, thanks for joining the show, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.
Absolute pleasure, man. Long time coming. Um,
Absolutely.
only right to have a Canadian guy to preview a Canadian show. So
Let's
we
do it,
got
man. I really appreciate you having me.
Yeah, let's do it, bro. So we got the Vancouver Pro. Like I mentioned, it's going to be this upcoming Sunday, July 14th. We got the Pro qualifier the day before, so we'll get a new Classic Physique Pro, whoever wins that overall. They usually hop into the Pro show too, so
Absolutely.
that'll be fun to see. But yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into it. But before we get to the competitors, I want to make sure that we give Tony a huge shout out too, and make sure you guys can find him here on socials. So again, Tony's a classic physique pro, just finished up another really good season here in the IFBB Pro League. So this is where you can find him on socials. It's tonycoke.pro. So make sure you guys check him out. He's got all of his links here. He does lifestyle clients, contest prep, posing. Would highly recommend him for all those, especially posing. He's a really good poser. If you guys
I
haven't.
appreciate you, brother. I'm trying to just bring my own style to the stage, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, so make sure you guys check him out, support him as well. So show details for the Vancouver Pro. So just so you guys are aware, if you're trying to catch the show, Vancouver is on Pacific time, so 3 hours behind Eastern time. So this will be the schedule. We got the Pro show on Sunday, like I mentioned. So prejudging for all Pro divisions begins at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then finals will be at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Now, there are multiple divisions, so classic guys are probably not going to go on immediately, but you can expect them to go on. This has them listed second in the lineup, so that's a possibility. I would just be ready at those times if you're trying to watch. And then there is a pay-per-view. They do a pay-per-view every single year for the Vancouver Pro. So you guys can find it here. Make sure you guys go to, it's on vanproshow.com and click pay-per-view. And if you want to watch, so it's $40 Canadian for prejudging for the pro qualifier. It's 50 Canadian for pro prejudging, and then 70 for pro show finals if you want to watch this. Now they do have all day passes, which is cheaper, so I would actually recommend doing something like this. It's 80 for the all day pass for the pro qualifier, 100 Canadian for the Sunday all day pass for the pro show. And then I'll also be giving you guys all the updates here. So as I find the footage on Instagram, I'll be posting it on my Instagram here, which is CPC Bodybuilding, if you guys want to see those updates there. So without further ado, Tony and I are going to get into this lineup and give you guys our thoughts on each athlete and then give you our top three predictions for the Vancouver Pro. So starting out, we've got Isaac Beyer from Canada, Prince Emeka from Canada, who's making his pro debut, Jorge Guerrero from Mexico, Mike Murray from the United States, Sam Pekin, who is from Quebec. We got Hamza Saeed from the USA, who's making his pro debut. And then finally, we got Kellen Wilson out of Canada. So small quality lineup here in Vancouver. We'll start out here with Isaac Beyer. So Isaac, again, a Canadian classic physique competitor, finished fourth at this show last year. Tony, what makes Isaac so good?
You know what? I love Isaac's physique. He's definitely a pro's pro. I think he's been around for a little bit. Great arms, great conditioning. I mean, his quads, you can see there, just full, full. For Isaac, again, I think, like you said, he came fourth last year, if I'm not mistaken, at the Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, for him, again, it's just one of those things where if he can just really find that line between conditioning and size, I feel like he can be a threat. Because again, I've seen him in person, and he's nothing to be played with. As you can see, like good size, just a little bit more detail in the back, especially in the lower lats. But other than that, I mean, I think he definitely has the package that can definitely do some damage for sure.
Yeah, I think Isaac could do pretty well here. I'll be
Yeah.
intrigued to see, like you said, that the back was the one thing that I was kind of wondering if it's come up,
right? But then you
but
look at here, and you can see like going back to if you can go back to his yeah, there is front double by. Like you can see, just well balanced. I mean, a little bit more detail, obviously, in the core section, in the midsection. I don't know if it's in between the vacuum and the flexing his abs. But other than that, like I said, just he's solid. He's solid. Just little small things he just needs to work on. But if he comes in with those things in mind, I think he knows it too. I think he knows it too. He'll definitely be a force to be reckoned with.
yeah, I completely agree, man. I think the detail is the biggest thing with him. Definitely not
Hmm.
gonna lack any detail, especially in those front shots. Got
Oh,
plenty of
great.
size, and I
Yep.
think also at the midsection, it looks like the midsection's good. I think it was kind of just like the shot with the lighting
Oh, I
where
see
it's
what you're saying. The
hitting.
stretch of it. The stretch of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
understood. Yeah,
yeah,
understood. I can see that too.
yeah, and like the lighting is like it's like directly above him, so it's just hitting him in the chest, and you're not getting
Nice and
after.
smart. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but that is Isaac Bayer out of Canada. Next up, we got Prince Emeka, who is making his pro debut. So he earned his pro card at the Canadian Natural Pro
Yes,
Qualifier
sir.
2 years ago, and he was the heaviest guy at that show. He's all the way on your right here. This guy has so much muscle for a natural, just like, period. I was really impressed with his back double bicep right
Me
here.
too. Me
Just
too.
a
Me too.
lot of
I was
muscle.
trying to I was trying to find a couple pictures on his Instagram there. But to see that he did the naturals and just seeing the way he looked on that stage, incredible. Incredible. I think it was super heavyweight, if not heavyweight.
Hmm.
But he definitely came in ready to roar with that group. And I think he took again taking the overall and winning the winning his pro card. Not too sure. You said this is the pro debut?
Yeah, this is his pro debut.
Okay, okay. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. There's really not much to go off of, but from what I'm seeing from these pictures, against his class, yeah, he looked great. He looked great. I'm sure if he continues doing what he does, I think he'll come into the show ready to rock.
Yeah, should be a fun pro debut to watch because
Yeah.
this guy looks like a very elite level natural bodybuilder. I was
Elite,
impressed from
very
seeing.
elite. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry about the camera, brother.
Oh no, you're good, dude.
Oh,
So next guy we got here is Jorge Guerrero. So you actually competed with this guy
I
at
did.
the Toronto Pro. So he
I
finished
did.
sixth at the show. This
Hmm.
guy is just peeled at every single show, like out of his mind, peeled, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He poses really big. That's one thing that I remember that really stood out with him was he poses a lot bigger than he is, and he completely caught me off guard. Just the way he moves, his flow. Again, he has the balance. He comes in condition every single time. Yeah, he's definitely someone to watch out for at this show for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, he has a lot of width too, something that
Oh
really
yeah,
stood out to me. Just
yeah,
very wide shoulders, the
yep,
wide lats, the small
yep,
waist.
yep. I think again with him, just more core control. That's the biggest thing, especially on those front poses. But again, other than that, if he just comes in ready to rock the way he does, he can definitely find himself in that top three for sure.
Yeah, I can see that, man. So that is Jorge Guerrero out of Mexico. Next up, we got Mike Murray. So I was unable to find any pro footage. Like I was looking through the NPC database, I couldn't find
Same.
anything on Mike. But I mean, I think this is a pro debut, Mike. If you're watching, man, I'm sorry if I miss something, but
Right.
this guy is really impressive, man. I was looking at his condition, like those quads are so etched in,
Crazy,
dude.
right? His back
Super
too.
etched
Look at his
in.
back.
Yeah, I was really impressed with this dude.
Me too. Me too. A little bit more detail in the Hemis, if I were to like really nitpick, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I was really impressed just with what he brings. I'm very curious to know his height, because again, that might play a little bit of a factor, especially when it comes to the show. But overall, yeah, if he can just get those hamstrings just a little tighter, um, it'll be very interesting to see what my guy places, especially for a pro debut, if that's
Yeah,
the case.
absolutely, man. And
Yeah.
I kind of wonder too. I just see how he's hitting these back poses. There's so
Mhm.
much distance between his feet. Like when you have a very wide foot gap, it's really hard to contract the hamstrings. I just kind of
Absolutely.
wonder if he just might not be like contracting them, and they're there because
That's
like
definitely a possibility, man. That's definitely a possibility. Mike, if you hear that, man, maybe that's the case, right? But everything else it seems to be bang on. Love his physique. Really love his physique. If it comes together for him on show day, don't be surprised if you see this kid in one of the top spots for sure.
Yeah, so that's Mike Murray out of the United States. Next up, we got Sam Paquin. So Sam is a French Canadian out of Quebec, and this guy went to the Olympia. He won the Toronto Pro last year, so he's definitely the front runner on paper.
Right.
A lot of people have hyped this guy up for good reason. He's got
Absolutely.
great shape. Tony, what kind of stands out to you about Sam?
Yeah, like you said, his shape is phenomenal. The detail is there. He carries his muscle very, very well. Is he over 6 foot, Brant? If you don't mind me asking, would you know?
I'm not, dude. I'm not 100% sure. I want to say he's
Okay.
like maybe like 5'11", 6 foot.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to just throw you on the spot there, but I'm
No,
just
you're
very curious.
you're good, man. That would be something to ask his coach. I probably should have asked like Julian or something, who was his old
But he,
coach. But
no, no, he's good, man. Again, like I said, he holds it very well. Being one of the taller competitors, very full, very well rounded, very nice midsection with the posing. When he hits certain poses, especially that vacuum there, it's very deadly. The way it matches with the quads and the upper body. Um, Again, there's a reason why he's the favorite. There's a reason why he's the favorite. So if he comes in and he does what he does, it might be a repeat of last year.
yeah, really tough to beat, I think. But this is also just a very small yet quality lineup. So I do think
Mhm.
there's somebody who's going to challenge him. So
Let's see it.
next up, we got Hamza Saeed out of the United States. So he works with Aceto. This is his pro
Hmm.
debut. Just
Hmm.
turned pro by winning Class A at Junior USA's.
Right
So
on. Right
um,
on. Brady.
these are most the most recent updates. Crazy grainy, dude.
Wow.
And this is a stage shot. This is a really good shot for him,
Whoa.
man. Back double.
Wow. That's insane. I mean, as you can see here, like for me, obviously the first thing that stands out is the hamstring and glutes, especially those hammies, man. Those are peeled. That's a lot of focus there. His arms, the back, density, it's all there. He's a little tank for sure, man. For him, is there a front shot? Is there able to see a front shot with that quality? Because I would love to see.
In terms of stage quality, maybe I posted one. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I posted one.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
front
no, no worries,
is
no
probably in
worries.
here. Yeah, I definitely posted a front shot. No, damn it, I
Okay.
posted a side shot, but
Yeah,
still.
but even still, though, I mean, even still, you can still see the conditioning is there. A little bit more size on the chest, but again, that's just me nitpicking. Definitely quality muscle with this guy. Definitely quality muscle. Very grainy. If he brings that type of conditioning on stage, it's going to be hard not to look at him on stage, man.
Yeah, he's dense as hell. That's one thing I
Jeez.
gotta say. He's super dense.
Wow.
So that is Hamza Saeed making his pro debut. And our
Right on.
final competitor is Kellen Wilson out of Canada. So Kellen last competed at the San Antonio Pro here in the US. Last year took second place to Courage Opara, who, as many of you know, has competed at the Olympia multiple times, the Arnold Classic, you name it. And Kellen definitely gave him a good run for his money. And
Yep.
you can see why. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. He is extremely balanced, as you can see with the quads, the vacuum, the core, like the six pack. His arms really stand out. He's got a great back. With Kellen, it's really just a matter of it's really just a matter of just him landing these poses because as you can see he embodies classic. There's really not much missing. I'm a real big fan of his physique. Again, lower lats can be a little bit of a thing, but I'm sure him and his team know that. But I'm really excited to see him perform this weekend. Really excited to see him perform this weekend. Like I mean, look at the back double bi. You can see the biceps just peeking from the top there. He's good, man. He's really good.
yeah, he knows how to pose too.
Oh
That's going to
yeah,
be. I think his posing is going to carry him quite a long way.
let's go.
Like this guy is no joke. I think he could step up and definitely have a breakout year this year. This
Oh,
is
100%. 100%. He's definitely one of the Canadians that we all should be paying attention to for sure. 1,000%.
yeah. So that's Kellen Wilson, and that's our full classic physique lineup, guys. Seven top-notch bodybuilders here at the Vancouver Pro. Now, Tony and I are going to make our picks for the top three. We'll start at three and work our way to one.
Right on.
Tony, how's it sound if we do we'll do three and we'll alternate. So we'll do like, for example, you could start with your third, then I'll do my third, and we'll go
Right
back
on.
to you. Does that sound good?
Okay. Sounds good to me, man.
All right, man. So who you got in third?
Yeah, for number three, or for third place, I have is it Jorge Guerrero, gentleman from
Yeah.
Mexico. I'm really impressed with the physique. Again, the super balance, great poser, and I've seen him firsthand in regards to how big he actually poses. Just a phenomenal presence on stage. If he comes in just the way he did at Toronto, I'm sure he's made a little bit of improvement since then. I definitely feel he'll be someone to play around with in this lineup for sure.
Yeah, he's my third place pick too, man. I
Yeah.
love this guy's physique, and he's placed really well at some high profile shows. Like he
Oh yeah.
was at the 2022 Texas Pro, which
Right.
had a couple of Olympians in it. He was top five there.
Let's
And
get it.
this guy is just like very, very on point with the condition, doesn't miss. And he takes up a lot of space on stage. Your eye is
Hmm.
drawn to him. And I
Yeah.
think in terms of a matchup, he matches up very, very well against a lot of these guys because
Right.
of his width. So I'm going to go with Jorge here in third place as
Let's
well.
go.
All right, so Tony, on to you.
Yeah.
Who is your
For
second
number
place?
for second place right now I have Sam Paquin. I feel like Sam, again, just being probably the biggest guy on that stage, he comes in correct, man. He looks great, solid physique, very overpowering. Um, the posing, again, it's going to be the posing. I think is going to make a difference in terms of how he poses, and how the stage presence. Other than that, in terms of his physique, it's a quality physique nonetheless. It's a quality physique. Just got to work on the little things here and there, but like again, the chest has to come up a little bit, his lower back has to come up a little bit. Um, but again, if he nails that, from his last showing, I definitely believe, I definitely believe he'll do some damage at the show, 100%.
Yeah, and he's my second place pick too. I think Sam on paper is the favorite,
Yeah,
but he the guy I got winning is a matchup nightmare for him. And
yeah,
I think it's because it's like all of Sam's weak points are perpetuated
yeah,
in this one guy. And like Sam is
100%,
fantastic and still could win this show, prove
for
me entirely
sure.
wrong because he's very good in his own right. It's just I think Sam Sam's strengths are definitely his size,
Hmm.
his structure, and just overall muscularity in general.
Absolutely, totally agree.
But I do think what it's going to come down to, you nailed it with the posing. I think the posing definitely probably needs to, come up a little bit, especially in that teacup shot. I probably wouldn't
Yeah.
be hitting that straight on. That's just me. But
Neither would
um,
I. Neither would I. Again, Sam, understand that the physique is there, my brother. Like the physique is just incredible. And again, we don't know how this is going to turn out. For all we know, he could definitely win the show. Just like you said, there's just that one guy, man, who's just kind of counters what he brings, just with based off of the strengths and weaknesses. But don't get it twisted. Sam is a force. He is a force, and he's someone
absolutely.
again,
Been to the
another
Olympia for a
Canadian.
reason.
Oh yeah, like he's another Canadian that again we should all keep our eyes on in the future for sure.
Yeah. So who is your winner, Tony?
Yeah, I got Kellen. I got Kellen taking this one. Kellen, in my eyes, just embodies class physique. I mean, if you look at it, there's really no glaring weaknesses, if any. The arms are there. The chest, the size, the width in the back, the small taper, the vac. I mean, I could go on. I could go on. He is a brilliant physique. I would love. I've never seen Kellen in person. I've never seen him pose in person. I would just love to see him on that stage just to see, how he puts it all together. But from a conditioning standpoint, from a size standpoint, symmetry, all of the above. He's right there, man. He's right there. I definitely think this is his show. This is definitely his show to lose for sure.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. He's my winner as well. I think that it's going to come down to the posing, like you said, and
Yeah.
also the condition is a big factor here
Right.
because structurally, Sam is extremely gifted,
Hmm.
and so is Kellen. But it's close enough structurally as to where it's going to come down to a pose or two. I think where Kellen really separates himself is this pose right here, back double
Yeah.
bicep. This is the
Absolutely.
one that really is going to separate him and Sam because I think just in terms of the finer details, Kellen has a little bit more muscle maturity for one, and then just a little bit more detail in his back.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. And he can pull off those classic poses as well. I mean,
mhm.
I've seen some pictures of him where, he really has that aesthetic flow to his physique. And that's something that, again, with his size, to pull that off, it's very rare. So he's a great combination of all of that into one. That's why I'm saying with Kellen, he's a monster. He's a monster, man.
Yep, and that's why we both got him winning on this.
Right
It's
on.
gonna be a fun one to watch. That's for sure, man. I'm looking forward to
100%.
these matchups. So that's going to do it for our predictions. But before we get out of here, again, want to give a huge shout out to Tony for
Yes,
taking time
sir.
out of his day to just talk some bodybuilding. So,
Absolutely, brother. This is. I just want to thank you for doing everything you've done with, CPC and, right before Chicago Pro when you just popped up. Everything changed for a lot of athletes, man. Just in terms of recognition and just terms of support. So thank you, man, for everything that you do as well, man. We love you out here, brother.
yeah, appreciate that. Truly means a lot, man. And if you guys want to find Tony, you can find him here on Instagram. It's tonycoke.pro. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Find his links there and use his codes and all that good stuff. Inquire about coaching if you're looking for a posing coach, a contest prep coach, you name it, he's got it. So before we get out of here, though, want to give Tony the floor. And Tony, what you got going on in your life? You want to give any shout outs to the athletes, any of your sponsors, people back home?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. Obviously, we just came off of the Pittsburgh Pro and Toronto Pro. Got some great feedback from the judges. So right now, we're just focused on executing on a daily basis. Looking to make my return to the stage next year. I don't have any, show dates in mind, but definitely want to do something in the summer. In regards to shout outs, always my team at Shred FX. Obviously, there's people that I can't mention, but they know that I love them. And yeah, I know we're good. Everything's good on our end. And yeah, man, life is good, brother. I can't complain.
Love to hear it, man. So that's going to do it for the video today, guys. Before we get out of here, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and like, comment, and share this video just to stimulate that algorithm, get people over to the channel because I'm covering everything classic physique related, and we're just trying to promote the best division in bodybuilding. So that's it, guys. I'm Brant, and that's Tony. Make sure you guys keep it classic. We'll see you later.